Hey, happy birthday, kid. I got a little surprise for you. It's the draft, my boy. It's finally come for you.
In the councils of government, we must guard against the acquisition of unwarranted influence, whether sought or unsought, by the military-industrial complex.
Back again to drop another service-level analysis video. Here is Shima style this time around, with the kind of dress sense that is akin to proper comedy. I of course deliver this introduction with ironic intent. And what better topic to discuss in this matter than the very pressing and not at all divisive subject of war? Not at all me continuing to grift on the algorithm's doom scroll fatigue. Don't you just love it when a country is liberated from an authoritarian regime that kills its own people by yet another authoritarian regime that kills its own people in the name of liberty? Not me trying to not mention the current Republican Party. And then tries to get the citizens of that country contented with it through media manipulation and pro-war gaslighting. Or maybe it's a scheme in our democratic system to provide cover for blackmailed politicians. Not me trying to not mention Donald Trump or the current Labour Party. Compromised by genocidal warlords to complete their imperialist bidding. Not me trying to not mention Israel. We love Israel, we're not worthy. And to fill the oh-so-benevolent and charitable pockets of military contractors. Not me trying to not mention Palantir. It's just a cosy Western world we live in. The cosy world of forgotten war vets paralysed from the waist down with PTSD, marginalised by the establishment that promotes the idea of cultural masculinity like every form of capitalism that exists, and continues to do so through each passing generation as if our memories and grasp of history are a non-existent void. I could say the same about the generations of politicians positioned into power through hedge fund management with zero perceived concept of a low income wage, except the only existent thought that the mindset of these lovely people who see citizens of their own country as expendable assets to profit their stock holdings carry is that of a cash cow propaganda ATM that solely generates the thought of opportunistic evil. Now you're probably thinking, what makes you think you know anything about the media's narrative to manipulate the consensus? It's not like you follow any reliable source yourself. Well, you'd be wrong, sir or madam, because I have everything I need to know by regularly purchasing this manifesto of truth. See? We all have our outlet. Now, unless you're a bloodthirsty metropolitan racist and alleged serial killer like Herman Kravitz, who lives down the street from me and only has access to my channel because I have leverage on him to expose his own prejudices, how does supporting a war that purely exists to continue the imperialist biddings of a theocratic rogue state that leverages Epstein's most high-profile client benefit you? I mean, you could be an old-fashioned black and white perspective John Wayne movie thinking kind of individual who still believes that it's all about America's might versus the bad guys and that's how the cookie crumbles. I mean, yeah, it's not like America started this many wars. But no, forget that because, liberty and peace, I guess. Remember Orwell? Nah, me neither. I remember the last 5 minutes until the next government distraction comes up. Now, I'd love to continue this unremarkable Reddit mod level speech, but I have Eisenhower on speed dial right now. He's rolling in his grave right now. Yes, Mr. President. What's that? You've taken down the presidential library? And replaced it with... Well, it looks like this channel is about to get a hell of a lot more buzz. Talk about ghost operatives. Hi-yo! Now, America. If your government actually implements another NAM situation on you, with conscription authorised by the draft-dodging Agent Orange Bone Spurs man himself, try getting in touch with a human rights lawyer. He'll take good care of you. Now, the thing about military drafts is that once your government tells you to do something, you tend to do the opposite. It's like trying to tell a 10-year-old future incel to come off Fortnite for 5 minutes. It just doesn't work. And when anti-war speech is prohibited, the more it gets disseminated. It's like the Streisand effect, but with Margaret Thatcher's face on it. And by that I mean the social warfare in society could have been more evident when neoliberalism dawns to face of nepotism if your dad was given a small loan of $1 million to start with. Meanwhile, the small violin players, i.e. every fucker else, has a very powerful tool at their disposal called priviness. It's called having the right to not fight in a paedophile's corruption war, baby. The liberation of not being connected to an elite class is the new privilege. And isn't it just great that this twisted turd of a hog mammal may actually discover and conceive in its egg-fried brain the weight and anime character level of the word no? And more importantly, like a swarm of angry donkeys shoving minerals up an elephant's facial duct, the overarching message of the display is fuck off! Me not trying to mention Greenland. So the next time the line pro-democracy terrorist comes up, Just remember, you're not reading Judge Dredd's America about a governing police force telling you what to do. You're actually reading an official White House statement about a governing police force telling you what to do. On the off chance that you're just a random goon who grew up with Home Alone 2 and you thought the way the dude looked at Macaulay Culkin was a bit too longing, I think the war is unjustified in this matter.